And we are live. What's going on, guys? Ryan here at Jedha Patrol. We've got piles of people who you may not, well, you know some of these guys. Usually they're sitting here next to me, but we have not as 6 foot social distance. We've got many miles.
So many miles.
So
yeah.
many miles. Social distancing. So I'm excited about tonight. We missed last week due to the stuff. And I should probably mute that phone. Due to all the stuff, we had people's schedules and illnesses and Mandalorian flus and all that kind of mess. And this week, we're back, and we're going to have some fun with this, which we may have to do this for the next few weeks. I don't know.
However many episodes, yeah. It's going to be weeks. Several weeks we're going to be doing it this way.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. But yeah. We got Star Wars stuff to talk about. So let me introduce a couple friends of mine. I think below me on the screen, you guys see Terry Smith. You guys know him.
Hey, everyone.
He's usually here with he's got his signature black jacket on. I could see. So
yeah. I wanted to make sure no one could mistake me for somebody else. So I went to the closet and dragged it out.
The name is Terry, not Ted.
Not Ted.
Not Ted.
There's a very clear distinction to be made there. It's got
crucial. Extra letters. Then we got.
That should be a T-shirt, not Ted.
Let's see here. Over bottom next to Terry, we've got Kent Pool Live. You guys know about Kent.
What's going on,
the
everybody?
definite Marvel collector who knows a lot about Star Wars.
You mean this isn't Star Wars? I meant to swap out all my Marvel Legends figures for my Star Wars figures. I just needed 5 more minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, that looks like an accomplishable goal in 5
Here,
minutes.
I'm willing to issue a challenge. I will give you 5 minutes while we have our discussion, and we'll just watch.
Well, let's not hold up the show.
Right. All right. So there we go. And we also have Guy Klinder, who is on. I'm pointing to right there. Guy Klinder.
Hey.
So, Guy,
Yes.
some of these people know you, some don't. So, why don't you tell them what you do and where you're at and your home address and social security number and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, for a long time, if you've ever read MWCtoys.com, Michael's Review of the Week, or met Michael Crawford at any of the conventions, that would be my uncle. And for over 25 years, we've been doing the convention and collecting together. So, and writing 2 and 3 reviews a week. So it's been a lot of fun. And then earlier this year, I started with Sideshow Collectibles as one of their 1/6 figure enthusiasts. Well, thank you, Terry.
Yeah, man. That's
not
a
an
great
episode
show.
goes by that I don't talk about Terry.
I like it. No, you never talk about Terry on that show, ever.
For those of you that are watching, whether you're a 1/6 collector or not, what Terry has done on those shows is just a great idea. I have friends that love collecting, but they're actually afraid to pose their figures. They sit in boxes in closets, and they're like, I don't want to do it wrong, or I don't know that I'm going to get lifelike.
Kent's down there nodding his head at everything that you're saying because Kent is the world-renowned master of vanilla posing.
And
100%.
I like the term vanilla posing.
Yeah, it's good, right?
Add a few sprinkles. But I absolutely love that he does those. In fact, my counterpart, she finally watched her first How to Be a Poser video. It was the Wesley figure that she was like, oh, that figure's so neat. Well, that was also her gift that night. It was
nice.
and here you go. So, yes. So she's watched the episode a number of times now. So if it does individual views, about 14 of them are her watching it over and over. So,
now we know. I'm glad we got that cleared away.
Out of all the views on my channel,
Well,
I'm
that's what I'm
50% of them.
Notification comes in. I don't care if it bings at 1 a.m. I'm excited to do it. So.
Right.
All right.
Well, that's awesome. Well, we are super glad to have you here. We're going to talk Star Wars tonight. We've got a couple giveaways. Let me announce a couple. One of them I announced a few days ago in our the Jedha Patrol Facebook group, where we were talking about the quarantine and people being locked up at home or wherever at, and I talked about the Mandalorian having the child as kind of his quarantine buddy on the Razor Crest. And so what I wanted to see is I wanted people to take selfies with their quarantine buddy who happened to be a toy of some kind.
I like it.
So we're going to be, the admin team of the group's been helping me out. We're going to pick some of those winners. We'll announce those later on for the child Funko Pop, which I have over there. And so we're going to give that away. But we're also going to give away a special prize that I didn't tell anybody about until like an hour ago. But Kent,
I know what it is.
Kent was the MVP. If you guys ever need a toy in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, Kent has it on lock. And he actually found an extra carbonized Mandalorian Black Series figure.
How do you find an extra of that? Try that in the Los Angeles area.
That's really weird that he was able to do that.
You don't find that or toilet paper.
You haven't met Kent.
It's way more than the Kent Pool. He is like the toy magnet. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. He's how many of those Red Hulks have you found, Kent?
Like 8.
Yeah, exactly. Marvel Legend Red Hulk. Nobody find like every target's getting 1. He found 8 of them. So just saying.
Sure.
So anyway, so he found this guy. We're gonna give this away. So what we're gonna do with this, if one of the mods could do this for me, that'd be great. Terry made a video, his latest video on his channel. Somebody go throw up a link to. In fact, I think I got it right here. Nope, that ain't it.
I did make a video though.
He did make a video. Star Ace Toys, he did a review. I would like you to, number one, subscribe to Terry, because if you haven't, that's crazy. What are you waiting on?
Thanks, man.
Number two, comment on that video, and later on in the stream, we'll pick a winner, and we're going to give away this beautiful, minty fresh carbonized Mandalorian. So we got that going on. So you got time. Cool. Make that happen. Go tell a friend. And maybe if you invite some friends to the live stream, that'd be great too. Tonight, we're going to talk about Clone Wars. We're going to talk about maybe some Mandalorian news that might have happened this week. I don't know if anybody was awake. I don't know. That just something might have happened. What would you guys like to go? I'll ask the panel here. Would you like to go Clone Wars first or Mandalorian news first? What would you guys like?
I think we should take care of the elephant in the room, man. I mean, seriously.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not nice to call her an elephant, but you know.
Guy, have you stayed on top? Have you stayed on top of this? Are you aware of the casting news for season 2 of The Mandalorian that dropped this week?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Here's the fun stuff. For the life of me, I'm totally brain farting on her name.
Rosario Dawson.
Not Ahsoka's. Rosario Dawson, rumored to have been cast as Ahsoka Tano in season 2 of the Mandalorian. I don't want to say I was right. Who am I kidding? I totally want to say I was right.
Which they've already filmed already, by the way.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is it's interesting why they would do it now and tell you, because it's not like, oh, she's cast, you're going to see her. As far as we know, they've wrapped.
Right.
Either there is concern of we need to keep people interested because we're all going to have to wait a little longer for things to be edited and finished. So let's throw this tidbit of information out.
Right.
But obviously, it brings some huge excitement on connecting worlds. Which
I think the big question for me is, and I'm just going to ask you guys how you feel about this. And it didn't occur to me when I first heard the news, I was overjoyed, to say the least. I dropped a big loud F-bomb on our chat, and
yes, you did. Yeah, you did.
And I got really excited about it. And but then I got to thinking about it, and I was like, well, damn, that's a spoiler. Let's face it. It's
exactly.
A big fat spoiler, and I would love to be able to forget all about it at this point, and just go back to not knowing, so that I could be surprised by it when the episode drops. If this is the case, I mean, it's still rumor at this point, guys. Despite the fact that every outlet picked it up.
Yeah.
Right. Tara, I'm going to agree with you there on the. I wish you hadn't spoiled it. If indeed this is more than hearsay, because I think for myself with Last Jedi, had the trailers not shown Palpatine, not had the laugh, and I went into that theater. Dark,
that would totally changed the experience.
And that's when my head would have split wide open.
I'll agree with that. I'll go with you on that.
And so, however, that's not the way the PR world works anymore. You can't keep your big secrets quite that large.
Bless your baby Yoda.
Yeah, which is interesting. Well, that's an interesting one you bring up, that Baby Yoda, obviously, or the child, we had no clue, and they kept it very, very quiet.
They kept that under wraps really successfully.
Why with this particular one, we decide, you know what, let's tell them this.
I have a prediction. I have a conspiracy theory on that.
Okay.
Oh, I want to hear that. Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
sales of the child toys has dipped 5%. I'm totally making that up.
Oh, it has.
Totally making that up. It dipped 5%, and they said, "Oh no, boom!" No, I really don't. I don't know. I'm just that's conspiracy. It's actually 4%, but
now I know you're giving
Michael. Can I call a timeout here? Michael Brace has an interesting theory. What if it's a trick and they actually casted Ashley Eckstein as Ahsoka?
Ah, man. As much as I love Ashley, she doesn't have the look for Ahsoka, I don't think.
I think you're right. I think the way in which the character is drawn and the way in which it's portrayed on film is different. And so
I know they're wonderful makeup artists and costume people. They can probably just make it look like anything they want. But
yeah, and I think that I'm sure at some point she's cosplayed the character.
Or they could do the dots all over the face and like they did Hulk and do that.
True.
They could do that.
True.
Motion capture.
It would be interesting if Rosario did the live action bits and was served as the makeup and the physical presence on camera, but they overdubbed her with Ashley's voice.
I would love to see that. I don't know. That would be
everybody.
very difficult, I think.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
It's not the first time they've done it.
Language dub or anything like that.
It's not the first time they've done it. They
Maul.
I can't remember the actor's name, but Darth Maul was overdubbed with the guy that played Daenerys Saul and who played
he does the voices for the games and such.
Yeah.
Right.
He was Sean's roommate, Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
True story. It could happen. We don't know. Here's the thing. It could be a curveball. It could be totally false, and she could never be in it.
Yeah. Now, has anybody looked at her social media to see has she responded in any way?
I'm embarrassed to say that I have not done that. I reflexively do not.
Did you say you have?
No.
No. I mean, Terry, you should be embarrassed.
I frequently am.
But no, I mean, it's interesting when you hear nothing from the person. It says a little bit more to the story. Like, I'm not going to comment.
Right.
Which is usually, they're at a cocktail party and somebody goes, "Hey, I heard such and such," and they either turn and walk to the bar or, I don't want to talk about that. So yeah, it's that kind of thing.
That's when you know it's true.
You've not seen an acceptance or a denial, which gives it even more of that gray.
Right. I'm excited about it. Here's the most exciting part. Here's the most exciting part for me. If she's on live action on the show, I have like a 8% chance of getting a 6-scale figure of an Ahsoka. Just saying.
I think at this point here, that's gonna happen. I think there's such a demand for her in particular. I don't know that we're gonna see other characters out of say Clone Wars in particular.
Right.
You already had a lot of the troopers that Sideshow did, but yeah, that particular character, I think now you're going to see Hot Toy or somebody is going to jump on that.
Somebody needs to, because I need like the Padawan version and the general version, and I need all the versions.
Jump on it.
I'm excited to talk about the Clone Wars show. In fact, when Terry asked me to do this, and I can't tell you how exciting this is to do it. I had not seen Clone Wars. I saw Clone Wars when there were 2 episodes linked together, and it was done in the movie theaters.
Oh.
And
I think that was more than 2, wasn't it? Wasn't it 3?
It may have been 3, but I remembered originally it was supposed to be 2. But nonetheless, it worked out.
It could have been 2, and I'm just forgetting. But
it was probably 3. I'd not gone back to watch it, but I remember they released it theatrically, and that was 2 episodes. I mean, they had a really neat design look, and you introduced the characters, but then you also I think it was Jabba's cousin that had a very Truman Capote kind of way about him, and it was a little interesting. But we did see her, and that had the backpack that she carries the little guy around, and I remember that backpack sold like crazy at Comic-Con. You couldn't find those.
Yeah, and they came out with the Sideshow did the Anakin 6-scale figure from it, and it had the backpack. The exclusive had the backpack with Rhoda in it.
Yep.
Yeah. So I
sold that. Wish I hadn't.
Now there's an interesting one. You said that you're excited to see a 6th. If this goes live action, your 6th is going to look like the Dawson version versus an animated. How are you with that? Or are you just so loving the character you don't care which version?
I'm so smitten by Rosario Dawson that I'm totally fine with having her being the foundation for a 6-scale Ahsoka Tano figure.
Yeah.
So yeah, as far as the appearance goes, Rosario Dawson for the win. I have on my hard drive a photo of Ahsoka as Rosario, Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka.
Is this the one with Hayden?
It's an artist rendering of it. I'm not sure what I've done with it.
I probably got it here. Let me see if I can pull it up.
You've got it, yeah.
Terry, is this the one that is her and Hayden Christensen together?
No.
Okay.
No, this is much better.
This is her single shot. Yes, I have seen that one.
Yeah, it looks really, really good. But we want to show it to everybody out there who may not have seen it. So.
Okay.
I'll pull it up here.
By the way, guys,
I haven't done the map yet, but this is definitely an older Ahsoka too.
Oop, there we go.
Yeah, that's good.
That's true. We're going to get in. She's obviously an older.
Yeah.
Dare we say wiser.
I'm not a fan of the exposed midriff. I think that's unnecessary, and they probably won't go that route. I don't think they'll go that way. I get that that's a big fan wish fulfillment thing, but
and I don't think she'll have a green saber.
They'll go with a much deeper. Yeah.
I think she'll have no green saber.
No, she's got the face for it, dudes. She really does. She's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Whatever they make, I will. At this point, if Hot Toys makes a Star Wars figure, I'm buying it. So who the hell am I kidding?
Yeah, valid point.
But here, and I'm just throwing this out there to whoever's watching. If somebody were to make a quarter scale statue, I also would purchase it. Just saying. So, just throwing that out there. Ed Martin, Captain Pops, you guys donating. Thank you very much, guys. If you guys have questions you want to talk about Mando or Clone Wars, throw them in the chat, and I will ask the mods if you guys would filter those to our mod chat. That would be super helpful, so we can try to answer as many questions as we can. Mandalorian wise, there's so much hype going on. We know we've got six more months or so. Was it October?
Yeah.
Till that drops out there. I've told these guys I've watched the whole series probably 3 times through so far. I just love the mood, the atmosphere, the soundtrack, just everything about it.
Oh, they've really nailed it. They've created an atmosphere, and I think that's what is so enjoyable to it. It's these. I think it's why for me some of the breakoff movies have worked and some not so much. Is we're going to give you certain things you like. There's going to be little nods to characters, little nods to places, but going in its own direction. I love that it's got this Western style. That's a heck of a lot of fun. I was really, really excited. Now, I didn't see it until I already knew about Baby Yoda. My Disney Plus didn't kick in quite yet. And went, uh-oh. And so that part was known, but heck, I didn't care. It was really, truthfully, when that surprise was gone for me, it was just more about the storytelling and the way the character was done. And I loved that. Even when it looked, I was like, oh, okay, well, she's saying take the helmet off. Now we're gonna see him or a reflection. Nope, you don't get it, and that's great. That's great. Yep. As an actor, I'm like, man, you got to like that check. You don't really ever have to be seen.
Well, you don't even have to be at the. You're just a voiceover guy.
Yeah.
Because Brendan Wayne is the guy in the suit for 99.9%
They were talking about
of the.
Yeah.
And Matt, and I hope he got paid very, very, very well, because a tilt of a helmet. I mean, just. You get the expression off a faceless helmet, just the way he tilts and moves, and it's just beautiful acting.
It's been talked about a lot that he works that helmet the way that John Wayne and Clint Eastwood work the brim of their hat.
The brim of the hat.
Because that visor is, when you look at it straight on.
Maybe you should put that on, Terry.
Yeah.
When you look at it straight on.
Oh, here we go.
Under the helmet.
Challenge.
It's hard for us to see.
Every time that you make that shift of the head, then you get that really cool like brim of a hat effect with that visor. Same thing when you look up, there's the brim of the hat, it's the same visual effect.
Yep. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. By the way, we're going to be doing a nighttime stalking at Terry's house and steal that helmet. Just like the Jawas, we're gonna take apart his.
I was gonna say, I believe Terry actually sleeps in said helmet.
I do sleep in the helmet. I take it off for this stuff, but
I know you. I know currently with the way the world is, you do wear it outside if you ever have to venture outside.
I was actually very close to wearing it into Trader Joe's the other night, just for kicks.
Nice.
But,
if you do that, I want to be there to film it.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
That's a date.
Honestly,
We've got
the
to
person
do
that
that.
just hands over their toilet paper
Maybe
and walks out.
after the craziness is done with, we'll make that video. And we'll make a short film. We'll make a short film of Terry as the Mando going to a coffee shop.
I would love to see him in trying to find the diaper aisle, and the formulas and this that. Just with the cart.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there.
The whole deal. The Mr. Mom shopping scene.
Right. Now, there has been some discussion because this past week, Hot Toys announced the 6-scale Mandalorian with the upgrade, the Beskar armor, and then the deluxe with 2 versions of the child, which is beautiful. However, there have been complaints. There have been grievances. Grievances aired. Based on the metallic shininess of said Beskar armor on that figure. So,
are you talking about the Hot Toys? I'm sorry, I tuned out because I was responding to somebody's
I'm
comment.
talking about the Hot Toys figure and the grievances of said figure. And
Are we discussing the grievances that people are saying, oh, great, now you give me this deluxe and I already pre-ordered the other?
That's one of them.
See, now that one gets me if that's your beef.
Yeah.
If that's something somebody by the time it was announced, the show already had gone on. He already had changed armor. So hey, wait a second, that toy is one episode. One. That's it.
Yep.
However, most of us, I mean, there's a guy right there who looks like he's got more than one Captain America behind him, that you're going to get. I like
Which one of us is he talking to, Ken?
You're not even sure what you own anymore. He has to turn
Ken
to
has
find
no
out is
idea.
that me.
Jokers.
But I think I thought for sure, I'm like, well, they're going to do a second one that'll have the child, but it'll also have the patch, or the pauldron that has the emblem on it.
Right.
It'll have some of the other stuff. I was more than happy to pre-order both.
Oh, yeah.
And as you talked about the fact that it has 2 versions of the child, this allows you to do different kind of things, because I guess we'll call it the baby carrier. I'm sure there's a different name for it.
I forget it.
It has
the prim.
The prim.
It's called a prim.
Yeah, prim. Yeah.
Okay. I'll call it the levitating stroller, but whatever you want to do.
It's the egg, the Yoda egg.
It's the mork. We're going to call that the mork. I want a very small baby Robin Williams that I put in the in the egg. But that one there is that white version, and then later on, of course, we see it in the chrome version.
Right.
So now, when they announced, I think it was the day after Sideshow announced the 1/1 scale, was when Hot Toys announced they would also do a 1/1.
Yep,
They'd be doing
day.
a 1/6 and a quarter. And I think the only ones we've now seen, everything but the quarter. Well, you knew it was going to be small, and I thought, well, that's either going to be sold on its own, it's going to have both versions of the little egg, or that. But no, now we get it with a man. Because you get 2, it allows you to do 2 scenes. It allows you to, please, most people have more than one shelf with the figures. And if you don't, and it's going to be a single purchase, then maybe you do want to go with the Yoda one. Or if you're like myself, where the child thing is interesting, but him as an individual and that lone gunman cowboy thing is neat, then that first figure is, to me, the way to go.
Well, you can display the original Mando with one of the child, and the other guy with one of the child.
You can have the first one, your original, with the white levitating and him inside it.
Yep.
That's your episode 1. You got it. And when he's walking around, which will be your second one, is when he has the other armor.
Yep.
So you really have now 2 complete different ones. I think we're going to see, those things aren't out until late this summer, right?
And then we're time. Next summer.
Next summer. Yeah, by then season 2 will be finished.
And he'll have another armor upgrade.
Exactly. We're going to see different stuff. I think what's going to be interesting is to see the other characters they add.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's a lot of talk about will they do the Armorer, which I really hope so.
I think it's a no-brainer at this point.
Can we get some Death Watch up in here?
Enough of an interest in the Armorer. Yeah. That I think that.
Oh yeah.
It's a missed opportunity if they don't.
Yeah.
Well, I think a deluxe that would have the little forging thing that she has in the middle that lights.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Would be kind of a neat idea. Yeah. That's your deluxe. I would want that. I'm a big deal on when it has all kind of fun accessories. So I think that you're going to want to see.
Maybe a couple
there are other characters in that show we're all going to want to see.
Yep. Maybe a pair of Blurg. So I could have Quill and a Mando on a Blurg. That'd be cool.
I'm waiting for Sideshow to quickly reissue the Biker Scouts.
Oh yeah.
Isn't everybody?
Yeah. I mean,
they are, because those things are going.
I don't think Hot Toys has one in development.
It would be silly for them to make one. I had that discussion in a Facebook group the other day.
That's the one you're going to give away, and you do have my address, I believe.
This is the one that was sitting upon this thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
It fell off the table the other day. This is a very broken Sideshow speeder bike. I have a lot of surgery to perform on this thing to get it back to work.
Terry, I have some glue, and I'm going to give you my address, and you can get here, and I'll work with it. I've got a Sharpie.
It's going to take a lot more than that. The armature snapped, so I'm going to have to drill. I'm going to have to do another secondary armature. There's a lot of work I need to do on this thing.
I see a custom wall mount coming.
Terry, will you be? I think I would love to see when you do this. Will you film you doing this, even if things aren't working? I think a it's
not like I've got a lot.
I think a toy hospital
right
show for that would be fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would love
one of my freelance clients isn't paying me, so I'm kind of sitting here with.
Oh no, the check didn't clear. It'll be interesting. It's a rough time.
Well, we've got. So, and the other exciting thing about the Mandalorian, which I know my 6-scale collectors out there are just super happy about, is a lot of the. Some of the Mandalorian 6-scale figures are bringing back some that were long lost Rogue One figures.
Yes.
So they're coming back, and people are going, yes, Death Troopers.
Yeah. Now, did any of you participate in Sideshow's birthday that they did this week? The online one.
I did. I picked up all kinds of points from them.
I did in a weird sort of way that I can't talk about.
They dropped the White Pauldron Trooper.
Yep.
And the 2-pack.
Yeah, I'm a bit salty about the 2-pack, to be quite honest with you, because I really wanted that. The White Pauldron I already had.
I didn't know about the 2-pack until it was gone. And went, wait, oh no.
Yeah. I'm happy that they do cool stuff like that. I was just salty that I missed out.
I was able to score a single.
Boom.
Ooh.
It was very cool. I'm hoping, I need it.
It should be here Friday. Well, you have the single. You have the single, right, Ryan?
I have the single already.
You got the White Pauldron.
Yeah, I didn't buy another one, but I have that one already.
Yeah.
But I was talking to Terry earlier. I'm like this close to completing the Rogue One line. Like,
yes.
This close. I thought of you when that double pack popped up. I was like, well, he's a big Rogue One collector. He's got to have that one. But of course, it was gone when I tried to get it anyway. So
yeah, they probably only had a handful of them, which is fine.
I think so. But I mean, Sideshow, Hot Toys is not foolish on this reissue stuff, and so I think this is Henry, also a collector who's curious, sitting here wondering what's been going on.
Very cool.
That's he got a life size.
Yeah, exactly. He has a 1/1 scale. John Wick Beagle.
Nice.
They made one of it. It does require a lot of maintenance, dusting, things like that, but I found to be.
This one actually made it through to adulthood too. I see.
Yeah. Oh, that was harsh, man. Too soon.
Too soon.
Yeah. Wow.
That's never going to not be too soon.
Too soon.
So, exactly. It is always going to be way too soon with that one.
So Mandalorian side, let's transition here. Let's transition to Clone Wars because we've already been on here for 30 something minutes. We have no time limits.
Can we bounce back to Ahsoka real quick?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
I found this was our last image of Ahsoka at the end of Rebels, so maybe that'll play into the design.
So she has the headpiece to the staff of Ra. It looks
clearly
like that.
Yeah.
So she's.
By the way, guys, I'm not sure if I told you this, but Guy is an Indiana Jones fan. So
yes. Yeah. If those of you have ever seen the shot-by-shot remake that the kids made of Raiders of the Lost Ark, in fact, there's a documentary about it on Netflix. They never did the big plane scene, and myself and those went back at 40 years of age and above and filmed that scene. So. Instead of, hey, maybe I should buy a car, or maybe this and that. No, maybe I'll invest in a plane and blow it up in the middle of the desert. It was Mississippi in June. Boy, was that a fun temperature to experience.
Nice. I'll check that out.
So,
we've got now whichever version of Ahsoka we end up getting, if we do get one, I would love that one too. I like that version too, as a display. But I want a fighting I want an Ahsoka. Now, let me throw this out here. Have any of you guys read or listened to the Ahsoka book, the standalone book?
No.
I have not. I know you have, though.
I have. Since we're moving into Clone Wars, we're kind of bridging the gap with Ahsoka here.
Nice little segue.
In the Ahsoka book, narrated by Ashley Eckstein, it's fantastic. It's kind of in the middle of after she leaves the Jedi Order, kind of going here, and this episode kind of picks up there, right? Picks up right there. So I'm not sure how the book plays into this, or even if it even does. It's just like its own thing. But there's the sense where she doesn't want anybody to know who she is or what she can do or where she came from, and we see that in this episode.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Where she's wanting to start, she's got a clean break. She's out.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought in the fight scene with the guy, I'm like, oh, well, here we're gonna pull out the old lightsaber here. We're gonna do a force thing, and boy, she waits for a while there.
Yep. But
we'll wait to talk about the episode.
She gets her Harley out. She goes. Y'all see the ape hangers on the chopper she had.
I'm a huge fan of that bike.
Right.
I was going to say, of the people here I know, Terry, I definitely thought of you when she's doing the bike repair and this, that, and the other. I'm like, I have a feeling there's somebody who's just reminiscing that isn't that great.
No, I've actually been aching for a motorcycle a lot lately. That's why I bought another jacket. It's like step one in the process. But I guarantee that within the next 6 to 8 months, I'll probably have another bike.
Boom! So, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
Terry, you and I briefly discussed it's you and I in a motorcycle with a sidecar, and we go around scavenging for old toys. That'd
be a great show.
You know how to ride the bike. I don't know how to ride the bike, but I do know how to sidecar. I can throw on a little hat there, and I mean I've already got the lack of hair and the white in the beard, so we're ready to go.
Boom! That could be an adventure with a bunch of GoPros.
Exactly. I don't know how pro we are.
Could be great. Yeah,
definitely not pros.
She gets on this bike. She's heading down, and I want to kind of talk about this, where her life has been on the upper levels of Coruscant forever. Mm-hmm. The Jedi Order, the Council, the Republic, they've all supplied everything she's needed. She's never went without food. She's never went without anything. She's had everything she's ever needed. Even though they're Jedi, they still, don't want possessions or whatever. She's already had everything. Right. Now she's got this busted up chopper, and it's crashing, and she's doing the whole episode 2 falling through the sky thing.
They're falling through the Coruscant.
Yeah, which we saw saw Anakin and actually it was Obi-Wan who just jumped out.
Yeah,
it was Obi-Wan who just jumped out.
I do like that. I do like what it was doing there. There were single shots and single frames that tie into either classic Star Wars moments that we know or other films we know via lines or this, that, and the other. And as for one who's pretty new to the show here, I'm fine. I'm going to jump into season 7 because there's no way I can watch 6 seasons in the next hour and a half.
No, but you got a little bit of time to catch up. There's a lot of episodes. Was that 112?
Yes, and I think you watch them in a different order than they're originally kind of aired to go. But
there is, we talked about this in a previous episode. There is actually a chronological order to these things that you can watch them.
You posted that list, and it is the correct. Okay, good.
Yeah, the first 3 seasons are all jacked up, and then after that,
if you need me to give you a link, I will. No problem.
I will. Thank you very much.
Yeah, she's got her choppers crashing, and then she's going down. She just happens to land on this mech bay from a lady named Trace.
Trace Martez.
Which was the title of the episode, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Gone with the Trace.
Or Gone with the Trace.
Exactly, and it was I don't know,
kind of on the nose, but I like it.
It was on the nose with the title, and what the little blurb, I think it said something about if you don't have a way, make your own, or something like that.
Yes,
somewhere along that lines. Ahsoka in this, where she starts off here and she doesn't want people to know who she is exactly like in the book. She actually ends up on another planet out in the Outer Rim in the book. And she starts repairing droids, and she starts like fixing things to make income so she can live.
Okay.
She actually squats on a house that nobody's living in.
Oh, nice.
And like she just ends up there. It's kind of crazy.
Now, Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong, but that book, I think this is important to clarify, that book came out after the Disney buyout, so it's still canon, right?
I believe so. It definitely came out afterwards, yes.
So that's brilliant that this is transitioning basically into the book you read.
Well, in the book, she has this battle with Darth Maul, and it's like he's throwing jabs at her or whatever, and then he goes off, does whatever, she escapes, and then she's living on this planet undercover. She doesn't want to. She takes time to meditate to practice connecting with the Force, but she purposefully makes decision not to use the Force in public with anybody. And you saw that in this episode.
That's hand in hand with this episode, yeah.
Until later on down the episode, there's some cool stuff I want to share that. But I want to. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Like, why would she make that break? Why does she feel the need to go undercover? Why not just run off and use the Force and do what she's? I mean, she's not bound by any Jedi code anymore. She's not a Jedi. Why do you guys think she's doing that?
I think there's a certain morality to that.
We lost a guy.
Oh shit. Okay.
I'll edit that.
Terry's dropping S-bombs.
It's
minus 5 points.
Can you get him back?
Yeah, I'll get him back.
Okay, cool. So I'll just keep talking if you don't mind. Unless Kent, do you have any ideas on the matter?
I mean, you're going right down that line. If you look at the Clone Wars, you got all of these Force users, whether it's Dooku, Ventress, the Jedi Knights. So it makes you part of the war. It definitely brings out, a lot of the feelings that people are having. You saw the reactions in the episode as far as people not wanting anything to do with the Jedi, nothing to do with the war. Like, we're going to get away from Coruscant, and, we got to escape what's going on. And her using the Force, I think, brings her back to being Ahsoka, and she's just not trying to be that person right now.
Right. I think you nailed it. I really think that you nailed it. I was going to go from more of a moralistic perspective. Just thinking that if she did reveal her abilities, then people might try to take advantage of her, or she might be tempted to, once you start using your abilities, then it becomes a slippery slope. She's made the concrete decision to move beyond the ways of the Jedi. And once you've done that, once you start using your Force abilities, are you not still acting as a Jedi would act? So now she has this power, this ability, this connection to the Force, and now she has to start out from square one and figure out a way to use it a different way, her own path. She can't use the path that she just forsook, and to continue to just use it willy-nilly, as the case may be, will just result in more of the same.
Or down the dark side.
Or down the dark side.
I mean, and she saw that. She saw what the Jedi Council and the Jedi Order did to her. She knew about Anakin and Padme. All right. She knew about Anakin's tendencies to do things that were a little dark. She saw that, and I think she's going down her own path, doing her own thing. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how it kind of comes back. But she, I mean, this is our first episode with her on her own, learning this new life. So we don't know where she's going to end up just yet on the show, but clearly she's going to end up with the 501st at some point. I don't know, sometime, or at least with Rex at some point. But she, there's some interesting stuff going on here. So she meets up with Trace, who is a mechanic, fixer, that kind of still. Who Ahsoka has a natural or skill or tendency to go towards fixing things, very much like Anakin. And so they get to moving along, and she's trying to find work. But this Trace person down in the mech bay, you get the sense, and one of the first things that she says is the Jedi started this war. So you get the sense that
fake news.
Yeah, fake news. You get this. But however, what's going on in the rumors and the stories and the news information or whatever going on in the lower levels of Coruscant is not what's happening on the upper levels of Coruscant. The social dynamics are vastly different, and the information flow is totally different.
Everything costs money.
Yeah, exactly. And you get the sense that even right now, the Jedi are hated by part of the people. So that led me to believe when the Emperor actually does flip the script later on and talk about the Jedi have done this and traitors and all that, the people in the lower levels of Coruscant are already primed to believe that. It's gonna be interesting to see what's going on.
That is interesting. I hadn't even thought about that, but that's brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see how that plays out, and why did they think that? Why did they think that the Jedi started these wars? I don't know. All they know is they're on the bottom and all the stuff's going on, and it really doesn't affect them. All they're trying to do is make a living. That's it. In some ways, they're making a living are unsavory.
Well, Mace Windu did admit to murdering over 100,000 droids, so
he's a murderer.
That was really awesome. Yeah, we didn't get a chance to talk about that episode.
Yeah, how would a non-sentient being make a decision like that? What was he expecting? Like they're programmed.
Hey, look who's back.
Hey, sorry about that.
Guy's back, everyone.
Glitch in the Matrix there.
Is that a Stormtrooper shampoo bottle?
No, that is the 1978 version.
Oh, cool.
That I happened to have found the other day. So
nice. When you say you found it, do you mean you found it in your collection, or you found it in a store and bought it?
No, I found it. I actually found it in my collection. I'd had it packed away for a long time, but now we've been getting rain here in Los Angeles every day for the past 5, and we're supposed to get it for another 5. Because I was going to try. You and I talked about the doctoring of toys. Apparently, I can whiten this by covering it in hydrogen peroxide and then putting it in the sun. So we're going to see if that actually works with it.
Nice.
We'll figure it out. So sorry.
It does work. I've done it on other things.
So where are we on our discussion?
We were talking about your lack of knowledge about Clone Wars.
Oh yeah,
no, we weren't.
Absolute lack of.
No, we
never came up, man.
We were talking about in this episode where Trace and Ahsoka first meet up, and Trace says that she's not a fan of the Jedi because they started the wars.
Exactly.
And we're talking about the social dynamics between the people on the lower levels of Coruscant versus the upper levels, and why did the lower level people hate the Jedi at this point? That's kind of where we're at.
It definitely brings up an interesting one. I think that when I was watching the episode, that was one thing because, of course, this predates our wipeout of the Jedi. Is you got Mace Windu coming in there, and they're ordering troops around and this and the other. And I'm like, these are the guardians of peace. They were never military strategists or any of this thing. So I think a lot of whatever the war stuff was thrown onto them as a blame thing. It was, you're supposed to, okay, this and the other. Well, okay, now you're going to do this. Wait, I don't know how to do that. Oh, we'll make it up. And so I think, I think they became the scapegoat.
Yeah.
And if you're on that lower level, let's talk about the trickle down of correct information. That, that's
you learn that stuff when you're in grade school. They do that whole thing. You give somebody a sentence to read to somebody, whisper in their ear, and then they pass it down a line of 25 kids, and by the time it gets to 25 kids, it's something completely different.
Yeah, it's a completely different. So I think that was an interesting take, and not necessarily portraying Jedi as, quote, villain, but to see them in a different light that, oh, no, they're not liked. At least not by this individual, but I would bet that her group of friends, obviously the sister is probably not, which is, right. I think, also why she chooses to not show any of the Jedi powers, and she does it on the sly to save the person.
Right.
And you see that kid notice it.
I'll be interested to see if that comes up later.
Yeah,
I think it will. I mean,
there are rumors of a Jedi on the on level 1313. By the way,
that's the same kid who moved the broom with the Force. No, I'm just kidding. Not the same.
Did anybody catch what level of Coruscant that she's on?
Oh, she's way down there.
1313, man.
It's it was 1313. Good call.
Yeah, that now defunct video game that nobody
good call.
Nobody could play.
Yeah,
I was trying to watch for all of the little nods to stuff. I swear there's a shot that is the exact characters of the Cantina bar sitting at the bar in reverse.
Yes, they're all over the place.
Pondo Baba was definitely in there.
Well, Pondo Baba is in there, but I almost thought that there were the two girls. We see a lot of the difference, and I mean it's an actual setup shot, like a still frame of Cantina bar. If you were to go, all right, and tweak it, there it is. But I'm not sure.
That warrants another look at the episode by itself.
I'll definitely check that out.
Exactly. I only got a chance to watch it once real quick through. Terry had said, okay, we're discussing this episode. And I went, okay, great, and watched it. And I was setting up Skype.
Sorry, guy.
Hey, by the way, you got 30 minutes till the show. And I'm like, great. And he's like, and I told you the wrong episode.
That was actually totally Kent's idea. Kent was like, hey, dude, you should tell him the wrong episode. And I felt bad.
Yeah. We're on season 2, episode 1.
And suddenly I'm talking about one of the Marvel animated shows, and they're like, wow, what a tool bag this guy is.
Right? Yeah.
Everybody loves
and who knew that there was a freaking laundromat? Like in Star Wars.
You see what's going on behind me, right, Kent?
Yeah. Well, I liked it. I'm curious to know. I mean, she referred to it as like a droid factory. I'm curious how we're going to start seeing things from Mandalorian, things from the other live action, this animated show that are going to start to tie in with the stuff they're doing at the parks.
Yeah.
When you go down there, and I know Terry had the opportunity to go while he was out here, is that double thumbs up, man.
Right.
It is an enjoyable experience, and for those of you that haven't gotten to it, it's not going anywhere, folks. The beauty is that Star Wars is going to be here forever, so we got that. But when you go there, it's not like say when you're in Wizarding World at Universal, and you're like, oh, there's such and such, and there's such and such. Yes, there are elements that are that, but it is okay, I'm in a spaceport, and it's really more about being there. And I think that's why they've kind of embraced what they call it bounding, their version of cosplay that's just allowing people to come in and do it. I mean, I don't think, Terry, you could wear your helmet. But you could wear
that's tragic, but I understand. Yeah.
But you could wear your jacket, and you could be, kind of that bikery badass character that just hangs around. So that would be good.
I am a bikery badass character that just hangs around. It's
that's going on a t-shirt.
Bikery badass character that hangs out at Trader Joe's.
Once we launch the JavaJawaJaw line of apparel, then
I'm a bikery badass.
I am a bikery badass.
With the Mando helmet.
Well played.
Yes, I am a bikery badass.
Trademark. Don't steal my steal.
Yeah,
we're gonna sell
that's
it.
terrible. We're not taking it.
Right.
But it was interesting for somebody who's only seen that first, well, I'll say the movie. There was maybe 2 or 3 episodes, and her introduction as a youth and the being trained by Anakin to now the only thing I know is a recap, and they're like, and she was thrown out for treason. Oh, wow, that was a really difficult senior year you had. You know, but it was interesting to see where the character's journey is. So, of course, I'm glad to go back, but I like that we're connecting these things. In Mandalorian, when it'll connect different stuff, and we like it. And if we're now bringing her character in, you're connecting Clone Wars, you're connecting the original films, and you're connecting that. So you do have that collected universe, which I think is great. I think it's great to keep it as a collected universe as it continues to expand, and we're not still staying with what we call, one family or one.
Oh yeah, it's definitely branched out.
Yeah, but I think that's for most fans. I think that's the exciting part, is that we are branching out. Whether or not you're somebody who liked movie 8 or liked movie 9 or this and the other, you're pretty much, I think we're all on board that, yes, but we're expanding the world. I didn't care for this part or that part. Yeah, but I really dig on this. So it is that, for lack of a better phrase, a buffet table. Okay, I'm not getting this, that, and the other, but they've got my favorite dish, right, and I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, true story. And that's what I think is so fun about where we're going in the world of Star Wars.
You just described to a T exactly why there's no room for hate in the world of Star Wars fandom. Because there's legitimately something. If you, no matter who makes the claim, I'm a Star Wars fan. Mm-hmm. You'll get the ones that I'm a huge fan of Star Wars, but I don't like the prequels. I'm a huge fan of Star Wars prequels, and I'm a huge fan of the original trilogy, but I don't like the sequels.
Right.
I don't like the animated shit. I don't like the comic books. Yada yada yada, whatever. There's no room for that. You're choosing to focus on the wrong thing.
Right.
And it's like you don't walk up to a smorgasbord and spit on the food that you don't like. No. You just reach out and you put on your plate the stuff that you do.
It is from that. And everybody goes to the meatball tray. You can't say you don't like the meatball tray. Star Wars, in its essence, is the meatball tray. You're always going to go to the meatball tray. Everybody does.
I went to the meatball tray today. Oh, God. I made meatballs today.
Star Wars.
I did as well. When everybody freaked out at the grocery stores, I was at IKEA getting some new display cases. As you see, are empty.
Oh yeah, look at
that. Yeah, completely empty because I haven't attached them yet. But everybody's waiting hours for this and the other. There's nobody in IKEA, and there were frozen meatballs aplenty. So whatever happens, I definitely I've got balls. So we got that going.
That's awesome.
5 points. 5 points to Guy. 5 points to Guy. That's another T-shirt right there. So
5 points. What's 5 points?
The Trace sister has a sister named, I think, Rafa. I think that's how you say the name. Rafa.
Yeah.
Who is I'm assuming is the older sister who's trying to take care of the younger sister, and she's trying to provide in whatever way she can find necessary, as the older sibling would do. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's on the up and up. It just means she's doing whatever they can to survive.
Yeah.
And so it's not for her. It's not a matter of black and white, right or wrong. It's this is just what you got to do.
Well, yeah. I mean, and you can see that kind of trickled down on that. Yes, I also got the idea that she was the older sister, but then when she's talking with Ahsoka in the very beginning, she's like, "Oh yeah, there's some friendship and very, very loving." And it's like, "But you got to pay for it." And oh hey, we're all there, but you've got to this.
Right.
And I think that's come back.
I felt like there was something interesting.
Family trait.
I felt like there was something really interesting going on with that dynamic that they had. I mean, it was clear that each of them, when each met the other, and their relationship began. That was the foundation of it.
Yes.
That just strange circumstance that just pushed the two of them together.
Yep.
And I love the notion that to me it was very clear that each of them was looking to use the other to fill a void.
Yes.
Obviously, Ahsoka had lost her Jedi family and everything that she'd known for the entirety of her youth, all the way up into young adulthood. And with Trace, she has a sister, but she doesn't have everything that she needs in that sister. I mean, that sister is absent in her own way.
Yep.
Uses her.
Let's just say it. The sister is basically a narcissist, and so that opens up its own avenue of loneliness. So each one of them has a void, and I think that we're going to see over the course of the next few episodes that this is going to be the sort of evolution for Ahsoka where she breaks down the barriers. She's nervous. I mean, she's been hurt. She's been betrayed. And, I mean, that was obvious throughout the entirety of the episode, the way that she's interacting with Trace. She wants to bring her into her life, but then every time she starts to get close, she pushes her away a little bit. So it just becomes this back and forth between the two of them. But inevitably, I think we're going to see the two of them become close.
Yeah.
Much closer.
I don't know if you think we're going to see her again?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I think that it's going to wind up being very tragic.
Yeah. It's interesting. We were talking about earlier about why did they tell us this casting now and this and the other. How many episodes are we going to get in this final season, the 7th season? 12. And we
got 7 more to go.
5.
Okay. That's, as we know, that goes quick. Really goes quick. Perhaps a lot of it is very major stuff is going to happen with her character. And this is telling you, don't worry, this character that you love, you're going to see more stuff from.
It could be.
I don't think she'll be in every one of those 7, but I think there's going to be some major story elements with her character.
Well, there's definitely, just based on the Clone Wars
trailer
poster artwork, she's front.
Yeah, and I think with the I'm not sure if the older sister will make as many appearances, maybe one more, but I think the Trace character, I think from now on, that was
a foundation laying episode for her.
Well, I mean, again, as one who's not watched it, did Ahsoka ever get a Padawan learner?
Oh, no.
No.
Okay.
No, she never actually advanced to the rank of knight. When she left the Jedi Order, she was still a Padawan.
Yeah.
So, is it possible that she's going to try and teach what little she knows to somebody else?
I don't think so.
Based on the book, I'm going to say no.
Okay. Yeah. Now, did you say, you said that was an audiobook. And I believe right now, Audible is letting people download and listen to stuff free currently.
Yeah, and actually X-Dot narrates that book.
Some of the books. So.
Yeah, so it's a good one. I don't think we're going to see that.
You have this book knowledge, so the book takes place timeline-wise post this season 7 and pre whatever happens in Mandalorian. Is that correct?
This is going to be, the book takes place after episode 3. So after the purge, after the younglings and all that, after Order 66, that's where the book takes place.
Okay. Yeah. So
because the Empire's out hunting Jedi at this point, and they're landing there, and they somehow make it all the way to the Outer Rim for whatever reason, but they're hunting Jedi.
Yeah. I think it's going to be interesting to see. I would bet out of 7 episodes, she's in at least 4.
Yeah, she's going to be key, and we still got to see what's going on with. I mean, Anakin, Padme, Obi. There's so much. It's crazy. This one right here, they get to. We were talking about the droid factory. The Rafa gets this job. First off, Trace gets beat up by some Bento, something like that.
Pinto bean.
Pinto bean, and then did anybody catch up on the fighting style that Ahsoka used at that fight? Did anybody catch that? We haven't seen her use that fighting style before, but that was straight up Capoeira. That was straight up Capoeira. She was using fighting style to break out, and we have not seen her use that before. So I thought that was a little out of place for me. I thought it was a little weird.
Okay, first of all, 2 questions here, Ryan. I want to follow that up really quick. 2 questions.
Yeah.
What is that? Where's it from? And how do you know about it?
I know about it because I just like watching movies. Capoeira is, I want to say it's Brazilian. I could be, don't quote me on that. I think it's a fighting form, and you can YouTube it, and you'll see her. Just YouTube it's Kapue. I could probably spell it terribly. Something like that.
It's a Brazilian fighting style,
and it has to do with. I'm just saying, when you watch
That's really cool.
It is captivating to watch.
Yeah,
It's very captivating to watch. It's very mobile and low and very captivating to watch. However,
it's based on dance, correct?
Yeah, it's kind of like a dance.
It's based on dance.
Yeah.
You have just informed my next 3 hours of YouTube videos. Thank you.
You will be highly entertained, and
you won't learn much until you go to hour 4.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right.
There'll be a quiz next week.
I don't plan on learning. I just want to watch it happen.
It's very cool, but we haven't seen her use that fighting form ever before. And she was very good at it. And then she said her brother taught it to her, but I don't know if she meant her. Obviously, I think she meant Anakin, but I don't know. I don't know.
I think she meant Anakin.
Did Anakin know capoeira?
I think that was her. That's a good question.
It's all in the hips.
Yes.
Yes.
I think that. I think we just gotten a not so subtle reveal of how Ahsoka feels about Anakin, about the fraternal relationship she has with him. Yeah.
When he called her brother?
Yeah, it never occurred to me to come up with an analogy as to how those two feel about each other. But when you think about it, then it makes the most sense.
Oh, I mean,
there was obviously never anything so romantic. Or there was never anything romantic about it.
Even back when the show was introduced with her, but he was never a paternal figure for her. Yeah.
He never looked at her as a daughter very clearly.
Even the first episode when she's introduced and she gets her nickname of Snips and all that. Even that was brother sister banter.
Yeah, that was brotherly sisterly back
I never even thought about it before.
Yeah.
I think that sticks. I was actually excited that he had me that Terry had me watch the episode before this as well because. I know some of the major Clone War characters really just because they came out as figures. Right. But here were some of the other guys, and I loved some of those troops.
What were your takeaway from that whole scenario where the fight scene and all that stuff?
I mean, it's clearly our first episode of the arc, so I felt like we're getting that major story piece and. We'll probably move into a little more action, a little more story, but usually the first episode of each of the arcs, we really get story, really get background. So I think the next episode will probably be a little faster.
Are you happy to have left the Bad Batch behind for a little bit?
Nah, I'd take more Bad Batch, but that was a fun ride. That was a fun arc.
That was fun. I was ready to get. I love the Bad Batch, but I was ready to see Ahsoka, and I wanted to see more Anakin, and I wanted to see some other stuff going on there. So,
yeah. See, now you knew that going in, so I didn't know what I was going to watch. I'll tell you, like when you asked about the Ahsoka being teased in the upcoming show, I didn't know what I was going to see, and that was exciting. It reminded me of back when Empire Strikes Back came out, and you had a trailer that was actually done as slides. If you remember that old trailer, it's tick 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 tick, and it was oh no, and it was horrible voiceover. But you didn't know much. You didn't know what you were going to see. Right. And so this one here was another go in blind. And I hope that moving forward, PR wise and other, that they keep doing that with Star Wars. That they're like, we're not going to tell you everything. We're not. Let's not.
That would be refreshing.
That would be nice. I want some more text messages from Terry with just a giant
F-bomb. You've got to show your Thanos. You've got to show your,
Like we get up, like Friday mornings. I'm up at like 5 o'clock, 5:30, whatever, and I'll get ready. I'll watch the episode, and before I head into the office, I've already watched the episode once, if not twice. Whatever they're dropping, and then I'm like waiting on the rest of the group to go. Y'all seen it yet? You seen it yet? You seen it yet? They're all Kent's like, yep. And it's interesting. You get some hype around that. You get some excitement about it, about something cool dropping. This particular episode, there was a very key moment. I don't know if you guys, I know you caught it, but Ahsoka is trying not to use the Force for a very long time. Her fight, she definitely doesn't need a lightsaber to fight anybody.
No, but she could have definitely she could have Force pushed the guys or any of that stuff, and I don't want to say does nothing, but she waits. She patiently waits. She patiently waits and does not get involved until it's you know what, on second thought, maybe the help would be nice.
Yeah, right. But she goes down.
That just goes back to what I was talking about with the whole push-pull scenario in their relationship. I mean, that was Trace doing the whole thing that Ahsoka was doing throughout this whole episode. Like, yeah, I don't need you. Yep. Okay, yeah, I do need you. And well, that's just putting it bluntly, but right. Yeah, but you were going somewhere with that, Ryan?
Sure, go ahead. Well, I was going to say with the Force thing, I don't know if you guys caught it. It was very subtle in the soundtrack there. When Ahsoka is, they have the whole battle droid thing, and Trace is falling off the cliff deal, where Ahsoka finally chooses to use the Force. Mm-hmm. The Force theme is played in the background on the channel.
Oh yeah.
You hear a few of the notes. I mean, that's one of the things that I love. I luck out that I've been able to know a lot of people that work on the scores and this and the other. And even when it's 2 and 3 notes, and you see those written, and you know what they are.
You know those intervals.
It's the F sharp or something like that. So when you get those musical cues, that was exciting to hear those kind of things. And again, I think that's what ties those together.
Oh yeah.
Is those themes, and we're seeing that musically. We're seeing it in the design across all platforms of the Star Wars stuff.
It's a beautiful thing.
To the books, to the the films, to all of that, is that we're gonna have this interconnected style, because
it's a universe. It's not this book universe. And then this book and that's a universe.
It's a connected universe.
And I know people who have not watched Star Wars, and I know they don't understand it. I know it's just crazy with crazy critters and characters and magic and whatever else they think. But the storytelling behind it and the interconnectivity about it is what makes it exciting.
Oh yeah,
pretty cool. So
I think there's always some character in there. I mean, when we were kids and you played Star Wars. Before there was a game or this and the other. Oh yeah, because you related to who you were. Oh, I want to be this guy, or I want to be that guy. And I think that's where they're going with it again, is bringing back the idea of there's somebody in the Star Wars world that's exactly like you.
Right. I'm more like Jabba the Hutt. I'm just lazy.
Yeah. Have you met me?
I thought it was you basically had that water pipe thing with frogs in it. Next year.
Yeah.
I need to get one of those.
Yeah.
In fact, we should just make that a project where we make things like that all the time.
Ooh, yeah. That would be awesome.
I'll be building a thermal detonator on Monday, apparently. But
yes, I'm excited to see that when you told me about that.
So.
Yeah. Do not take that.
I think we've got a giveaway here, right?
Yeah, we got a giveaway. We
got a couple of giveaways.
We should pick a winner.
Yeah.
I announced it a long time ago, multiple times in the chat, so I'll put it one more time right there. We're gonna give away this carbonized Mandalorian. Boom, right here, minty fresh. Yep. It is a beautiful figure. And
is that the one for the comments?
To somebody who has commented and subscribed to Terry's channel, who's commented on this video that is linked to Star Ace Toys review. And I'm going to go. I'm just going to pick somebody at random.
Okay, and while you're thinking about who you're going to pick, I just want to say that while we've been talking here, I've been in chat with a representative of Star Ace.
Nice.
And he is telling me right now that they are not done with these.
Ooh. These
first 4 offerings from Star Ace, and I've got them back here, buried.
Somewhere. I think they're really, really fun. If you haven't had a chance to watch the episode, there's not a lot of what I'll say.
Sure how that's going to look, but this is an example of two of them that I have here. I've got both 2-packs, and they're not done. They're coming out with more. So yeah, stay tuned.
Boom.
Pay attention to Star Ace. Follow their YouTube channel, Facebook page, what have you. Does Star Ace have a YouTube channel? I don't think they do. They do have Facebook though, and Instagram.
Yes.
So
they do.
Follow them and keep an eye out, because some of their Defo Real stuff is really, really cool. Now, it's like Pops, but bigger and more realistic.
Did your Star Ace say that they're going to be doing more of this kind of the vinyl-esque. Is that what
Yes.
they mean, or they're going to go further into the 2001?
What we're talking about here is more of the vinyl-esque stuff. It's more definitely real. And
I think it's great, and I hope they're going to do licenses kind of like this, because 2001 is not a license we see too much, or if we do,
it's really not.
It's vastly expensive. I think they were going to do they are doing something that interacts that's kind of like your Google Home or your Echo, but I think it was $1,200. I'm like, as much as I like that, my Hallmark ornament that says 3 phrases is fine. I'll stick with that.
My little webcam here looks enough like Hal for me to be perfectly content.
There you go. There you go. I think it's really neat. I saw your thing on that and totally dug on it. So
all right, I'm gonna pick a winner. So let's see what we got here.
I haven't heard since high school.
I'm just gonna pick a random person and let's see what we got here. Let's pick a winner for this guy, and whoever it is. If you're in the United States, I will cover the shipping. If you're outside of the United States, it is on you. Just saying.
Hey, don't pick my comment.
Don't pick your comment. I'm looking.
Don't pick mine.
I'm looking at that. All right, so here we go. I have the winner. I have is here. I'm just gonna put it in the chat because it's a really long name. It says D make you famous kicks. D make you famous kicks. Who is not in the chat currently?
You better get back.
I think you have to be in the chat, right?
Yeah, that's no good. Hold on.
He might still be watching Terry's video.
Hold on. I'm gonna give him like.
Yes.
I'm gonna give him
Terry's
like.
video
3.
was a very in-depth look of those.
There are a lot of comments on this.
There are. This person's not here. That's no good. I think we ran some people off because it's people are watching Walking Dead. All right.
I have to wait till tomorrow because I buy mine on iTunes.
I found him.
Is he back?
Is he here?
Yeah.
Yep, there he is. You win. Boom. He's here.
Pitching. Congratulations, man.
Oh, he's watching on his TV. The comment says, I have Jedha on the TV and watched your video you on my phone. Love it. So there we go.
Damn.
You can do that, man. You can do that.
So email me, JedhaPatrol@gmail.com, and just give me your username as a subject line or something, and then put in your address and whatnot in the comment or the email. And I will send you out this beautiful, minty fresh, carbonized Mandalorian figure.
Thanks for commenting, everybody, and thanks for visiting the channel. Thank you, Ryan, for doing this. This is really cool.
Yeah.
Anytime, man.
Very.
We got some cool stuff going on. I also have another giveaway, which is in the Facebook group. So let me go to my mods because they've been helping me out with this. And the contest of the Facebook group was to take a selfie with whoever would be your quarantine buddy in a toy form.
Yeah, that's good.
And hold on, I've got one that I really like, and let me find it here. Oh. Hold on. I found it because they sent it to me, and I freaking love this picture. So hold on. I don't even know who it is, but I will show you guys the photo.
Ooh,
nice.
So whoever this was, I don't know.
Whoever you are.
Is he having beards with a half-scale BB-8?
Yeah, this is like the Target version of BB-8 with the remote.
Target one. What scale it really is?
Yeah. And let me see who that actually was.
It looks like it would be about third scale.
Okay. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. But that's what we're going to do. I'll find out who the heck that is. I don't even... Oh, there it is. Hold on. Let me find who that was in the chat because I want to get their name because I did look at all these and that one just stood out to me. I thought it was awesome. So let me find it. But thank you guys. We're going to do more stuff in the Facebook group. And if you haven't joined Sideshow's Facebook group, do that as well because they give away more stuff than... I don't know how they...
Yeah, let's keep Sideshow a lot going on, obviously, with the changes in the dynamic over the first week here. But
yeah, Guy. Apparently, your show is going to continue, but it's going to be more of a. You're going to be streaming it from home.
Yeah, we're gonna attempt to try some things like that, and I will do my best to still answer everybody's questions, whether that be via Instagram or Facebook or other. And the nice part is, since I'll be doing it here in the home, if I have to go back, open it up, and go, wait a second, let's see, can it do what this person asks? Versus being in the studio and doing it right then, I'll be able to pull that off. So,
okay.
So I'm looking forward to it, and it's enjoyable. So,
boom.
And there's nothing wrong with a good vanilla pose, by the way.
Not at all.
Nothing at all.
Not at all. If you haven't,
in fact,
yeah.
Oh, but I can't talk about that. Hold on. Okay, never mind.
Vanilla poses. Right.
Next week, there's something new coming up with me on the Sideshow YouTube channel. Actually, I think it's just all across Sideshow's social media. It's a very small thing, and I'm just kind of just doing it for fun.
This is your music where you rap as Vanilla Pose.
This is not supposed to be revealed just yet, but okay. Yeah. Vanilla Pose.
I totally blew it. I'm sorry. It's his new album. But Vanilla Pose is absolutely incredible.
Kent's going to want some royalties on that, Terry.
I am the exact opposite of Fly. Okay.
Yeah, Kent's going to want royalties on that if you use Vanilla Pose.
That's right. Cut me a check.
That's all right, man. We can be partners in this venture.
I love it. So we've got. Is there anything else on this episode you guys want to touch on? Hopes either this episode or hopes for the next episode. Either one.
I'm ready for the next episode.
No. I think I've already said
the core group of the clone guys who go off echoing them. We will see those guys again, correct?
No.
No.
That's it.
Oh
no, we're gonna see them again. Come on now. Okay. The Bad Batch will be part of the
Because I'll say, I mean, when we were talking about figure collectibles, I'd love to see those guys.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah. If we're going to continue on the whole buying toys thing. Yeah.
If you did them in a 6 scale, that's a big investment. But boy, I'd love to see either Black Series or even the smaller scales if you gave me them as a group and it was sold as the box set. Because I thought those guys were really unique. I'm excited to go back and start in the beginning and learn what these guys are like, because for me the Clone Wars was everybody looked the same, and then I was like, wait, that guy's got glasses and that guy's a little heftier than the other guy, right? So either you joined up or you're not really a clone or whatever the heck it is. I am looking forward to learning those storylines. So
yeah, there's a lot of individuality. The clones, as they were designed to be the same, but as they said in Jurassic Park, life finds a way. So.
Life finds a way. Yeah, there was mutations and this and that. Yeah. The whole the frog thing and this and that. So yeah, I kind of had a feeling that's what would happen. That there's differentials.
Terry, if you got anything coming up this week you want to tell anybody about, just stay tuned for your channel.
Yeah, I am doing a. Actually, it's not for my channel, but I am doing a review for Sideshow of this guy.
Boom.
Nice.
I know that guy.
Yeah, Hermit Luke. So I'll be opening this up and posting it to Sideshow's channel sometime in the next week to 2 weeks. In addition, look forward to an announcement from Sideshow regarding the new show that I'll be doing throughout the entirety of this coronavirus quarantine thing that everybody's got going on. Just our way of trying to bring something fun and uplifting and just give you something to do while you're cooped up.
Which listening to Vanilla Pose's music.
Yeah. Right? That's not a bad idea. I should probably incorporate that. But I'm working on that here at home. I am also going to be doing an unboxing of a Sideshow Black Panther Avengers Assemble statue. Yeah, in the next 48 hours. It arrives tomorrow, along with my thermal detonator, which I may or may not be putting together on the channel. I don't know. But furthermore,
don't take that to Trader Joe's.
There was one more thing. What's that?
Don't take your thermal detonator to Trader Joe's.
No, but I am taking that Mando helmet.
Yeah, but if you've got the helmet, they're not going to know it's him.
No, they're not.
No.
Yeah, okay. That's a valid point.
No one's going to know.
I also would like to point out that I'm noticing that I'm still getting comments on the YouTube channel on that video, and I just want to point out to anybody who's watching this in the next day or two that contest only ran for the live stream. So if you're posting, if you're watching the video, thank you so much for watching that video. I appreciate it. Star Ace appreciates it. Thanks for the comments, all that. But the contest itself did end at 9:27 Eastern Standard Time on Sunday night, so that's already over.
Just send them to Ryan's Instagram. He can deal with them.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Thank you, Ryan. Oh,
thanks for that.
You know, that was foolish. I thought I had Obi-Wan. When you start getting in the multiple hundreds of figures, you're like, well, of course I've got that one.
Yeah.
No, don't have that one. And that's one I would hope that there's a few now that they're doing a reissue. I know you said people are. That's the two hurts that I'm hearing from people is like we talked about earlier with the whole, sure, now you do the deluxe, and I'm like, well, make a decision or get both. I mean, it's a long ways off.
Well,
I made
the decision a while back that I was building a Star Wars room, and I still have some Marvel stuff in the collection, and I actually traded one figure for both of these guys.
Ooh.
Nice.
And so reviews coming on these sometime in the next week or so. We're going to be doing that, so I'm excited about that. And luckily, I mean, I've got work to do. I'm going to work. I'm out doing my thing, but I will have time to make some videos and live streams and that kind of stuff. So, and obviously we got more Star Wars to watch. So,
yes,
about that.
So much Star Wars to watch.
Kent, what you got going on in Marvel Land, brother?
So I don't want anybody to freak out, but I got a box coming from Hasbro, and it's not a Marvel Legend.
Who are you, and what have you done with Kent?
Is it for me?
Well, I might have a box coming for you as well, but Tuesday I should be getting the 6-inch Snake Eyes from the new G.I. Joe.
The relaunched Joe.
Stay tuned for a 6-inch Snake Eyes review coming.
Snake Eyes.
Holy crap! I can't say I'm excited about that enough, man. I mean, if 6-inch G.I. Joes don't break me, I don't know what will. It's crazy, man. Because you can throw Snake Eyes could totally be in the cantina scene, man. Totally.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm super excited. That's awesome, man. Good to hear. We got all kinds of fun stuff. Guy, you've got quarantine videos to do, and
doing those, and who knows? Maybe next time we're on here, if we do it in the evening hours, I'll teach everybody how to make a Star Wars based cocktail. If everybody want to roll.
Well, not.
If I could just interrupt, if anybody out there who's watching still has not seen Guy's show Unsealed and Revealed on Sideshow's YouTube channel, if you're into 6-scale figures at all, it behooves you to actually check it out.
Well, thanks.
He's an awesome presenter. The show itself is slick and polished because Sideshow has a great team working on it with him. Even Jeff May isn't bad. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
I'm going to say minus 5 points to Guy, though, because he's actually seen the Mandalorian 6-scale figure, and I haven't, so you...
I saw it on a table.
That counts.
And went to walk toward it, and they moved it away and said, you can't look at it.
It still counts.
That actually happened. You can't look at it. Which wow. My gaze was too alluring. I was too lovingly looking at it. But
you might want to get that looked at.
No, but I'm excited to see those figures. And anybody that's complaining, get both, folks, because you're going to kick yourself in the pants.
Oh, I'm definitely getting both.
That you didn't.
No question. I'm excited about it.
The only reason I'm getting both is because I don't want to kick myself in the pants.
Exactly.
Like this.
No, that's far enough away.
This guy right here is going for stupid money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't even understand it.
I hope that they're when they're reissuing, I know they're doing some Iron Man, and this is Hot Toys' 25th year. So I'm hoping we see some of them that are astronomical on that secondary market, and I'm pretty sure that Hot Toys would watch that and go, wait a second, there's a demand that people want.
Yes.
And,
that Mark 47 Iron Man.
The Mark 47. But hey, for one who sometimes misses it, I mean, I missed out on the original Mark 1, and then I remember that was the first one I can think of that they did the reissue. So
right. Well, I'm excited about it. I'm hoping they do some reissues, but I'm hoping if at the end of 2020, if they announce three figures, I'll be happy. One of them being Ahsoka. I'd be love to see that.
Yep.
I need Cassian, and I need Baze Malbus. Just give me those. That's all.
Yeah, I would like to see Baze Malbus.
Hot Toys is only going to give you one. Which one do you want? I know your answer. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And there you go.
But Hot Toys watches all of our channels all the time and subscribes and comments and emails us. And
we're going to see some Ahsoka stuff in the next year, I guarantee it.
We're going to see so much Ahsoka stuff, the child's going to look like child. I mean, it's going to look...
Finally.
Yeah. Great. I think they're going to...
Do we have any questions that we need to have answered from the viewing audience here?
I will check my chat.
Yeah.
My mod team did not send me any questions, but that's okay.
Okay.
Did you announce the winner already? Yes, we did. And it wasn't you. I'm sorry. I doubt Guy can answer questions on when figures are going to be released. Even if he had the info,
I mean, obviously, I know that's been a concern. About it. With the way shipping is. And this, that, and the other. Know that if you've pre-ordered stuff, it's going to come. But we've waited. I mean, let's take a look. How long did we wait for some of our Guardians figures? They're exactly. There's been years and this and the other. So, it's not to worry. But as somebody who is a completist for a lot of figures and storylines, you just go, but I just need that one. Where the heck is it? It's supposed to be here.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward myself to the two different solo ones that they've done.
Right?
Ooh.
Me too, man.
Yeah.
If you're a 6-scale collector, you just got to learn to be patient.
I actually completely forgot that I've got a Mud Trooper coming to me.
Yeah.
Right.
It's been so long that I've completely forgotten about it.
Yeah, that one and the Han Solo Deluxe. I'm getting both.
Yeah, the Deluxe I think is great. I mean, there's another one where we talked about why I like the Mandalorian, and it's it's got that spaghetti Western style and this and that. You look at Solo, and I think there was issues with when it was released theatrically. You're also coming right after a polarizing film for this and the other. So, but you had a car chase, and you had a great train robbery,
right?
And all that. So I love the Deluxe, and I think it's only $20 or $30 more.
And arguably one of the best troopers ever made.
Up,
yeah. I mean, look at that thing.
Arguably,
that is so wild.
Crazy. Love it. So I have, just love this thing. So if they keep giving us trooper variants, I'll keep buying them. But we're going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week, inevitably, because of stuff. I don't think what we got going on in the world's going to be gone in the next 7 days, but maybe. But we'll be back next week. Check out Clone Wars. Check out Terry's channel, Kent's channel. Check out Sideshow with Unsealed and Revealed with Guy. And we're gonna wrap it up here. Hope you guys stay safe out there. Be smart. Don't go around hugging everybody in the malls if you're in a mall. And don't do that. And if you have the option to do mobile orders at Chick-fil-A, I highly recommend you do that through the drive-thru.
Can they do that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, places are doing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, places are doing the drive-thrus like crazy.
Yeah, get Kent's email and just bill him, and you can get all the chicken you want. So, anyways, thank you guys. Appreciate you guys checking out. Thanks for supporting Terry's channel, and we're gonna say, I'll let Terry say it. Terry,
we have spoken.
Bye, guys.
Don't go anywhere.